welcome to the 311 Griffin YouTube channel. We are doing an updated startup video for the A-29B Tucano. This is my startup procedure. This may not be the correct startup procedure, but it's slightly changed in one of the updates, at least since July. I think that's when the last update for this was. And there's some things that are slightly changed, plus I do things a little bit differently just to be a little bit more efficient. So the cockpit looks better as well. There's some updated textures and meshes and things. So first things first, we're going to set the parking brake, or make sure that it's set. It is set by default. I'm going to go ahead and turn these off. I think they're supposed to be off. It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to turn them off. I'm going to make sure that late arm is closed and the mass knob is on safe. Okay, now down here we're going to check that the air conditioning is off. We're going to check the ECS in manual, recirculation off. I'm going to check avionics off. These can be off. I think there might be they might need to be off, but they're on. I'm just going to leave them on. And SMS, it's fine to leave it on. I think it's supposed to be off by default. Maybe. I don't know the real aircraft. I think I've said that before, but I don't know for sure. Okay, we need the emergency override closed, and we need the aircraft interconnect off. And then all of the icing is off. Now we're going to go over to here. We're going to make sure that emergency speed brake is off. Auto rudder is in power. Okay, and then landing gear handle is down. And then let's see here. Taxi lights are in auto. Landing lights are off. Inertial separation is closed. I think that is it. Okay, so we've got our checks done. Those are on. That's good. Avionics is going to come on. SMS is on. Temp to cold. That's in manual, so that's good. Okay, now we're going to turn our generator on, which is already on. Backup looks to be in auto. See, a lot of these things, they're on already. And then battery on. Right click. Okay, good. So now over here on this panel, we are going to put our PMU. It's in auto already, so that's good. Ignition to auto. It already is. That's good. We're going to turn our beacon on because we're about to start up. Now I am going to check my armament again. Make sure that they are safe and safe. We're going to turn our MPDs on. Now our flaps are down. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and move my switch to down so that it matches. Speed brake's closed. We have neutral control surface inputs, so that's good. And our voltage is about 25 volts. I think the nominal value is 25. It should be plus or minus 5 is good. 5% that is. Okay, so we're about to start up, so I'm going to check around the plane. All good. You can yell out if you want, hey, I'm about to start up, fire in the hole, get out of the way, all that good stuff. Alright, so we're going to close the canopy. Control C. Now, this is where it gets different from my former video. We're going to right click that to get it up over the off detent. We're going to check these again. We're still good there. Main pump to auto. Alright, now we are going to hold the start switch in the start position. Prop's going to start spinning. We're going to look down here for the NG percent to hit 10 to 12. And then we're going to release. If you don't bump this up over the detent, that will get up to about 15 and then it'll stop. It'll go back down. So we're just going to wait on that to spool up and level off. Should be around 62%, if I remember right. Maybe a little bit more or less. I can't remember. It's a little bit over 60%. All right, good to go. So now we're going to bump this up one more time with a right click. And I messed up. I left my throttles far forward, so I'm going to pull them back real quick. That was my fault. So now we're going to advance throttle just a little bit to get to about 70%. I just want to make sure that our generator's putting out good voltage, and you can see the voltage is a little bit higher because our generator's online making good RPM. I'm going to hit my pitot switches, get all of our warnings off. Okay, and now let's see here. We can set our temp as desired, and we can turn our air conditioning on. Doesn't really matter. Temp select in auto. Okay, and then we come back here, and I can't get this to work, this auto rudder anymore. You're supposed to be able to put it to engage, but it doesn't stay. So we are ready to go. That's what we need to do. Now, one thing that I've noticed, I don't remember if this was happening before or not, but I'm going to go ahead and take the brake off. And now, if I give any rudder inputs at all, the plane starts skipping around a little bit. So just try not to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put my flaps up, and we're going to taxi out. That's the end of the startup procedure, but you know, I just want to take off and fly around. You can see I had my rudder. My rudders are, my actual rudder pedals are really crunchy and gross. And so they'll sit a little bit off-centered, and when I start taxiing, I have to center them up. So that's what's going on there. That's not the module's fault. The spinning in circles while you're sitting still, that's something going on with the module or the mod. But that bit where I took off and there was yaw happening, that was the fault of my pedals, not the mod. And we're just going to do a rolling takeoff here. I might have nosed up a little bit soon, I don't know. Now, I do want to point out that I did not do a proper takeoff procedure. This was just to go over the startup procedure only. This was not a takeoff procedure video. So as I don't always say, if this was helpful, like, join the channel, subscribe, share the video, all that good stuff. Hit the notifications. Better yet, give to charity and tell me about it, so that I can sort of feel like there's people out there doing really good stuff. I know there is, but I like to hear about it every chance I get. And then also, as I always do try to say, happy flying, and thank you for watching.